She was as stunning as a goddess, yet everyone was baffled. Why would such a beautiful girl be told she could only marry a poor man? The poorer, the better, in fact. It all started when a fortune teller told her family that their son-in-law must be born into poverty. Only such a man could bring luck and prosperity to the family. The girl's grandfather took this seriously and searched the entire city for the poorest man he could find, but came up empty. Just as he was growing frustrated, he spotted a family of 3 at a street food stall, politely taking turns over a single egg. They must be dirt poor, he thought. Without hesitation, the grandfather got out of his car and approached the young man in the family, asking if he would marry his granddaughter. The guy immediately declined. After all, he'd never even met the granddaughter. But before he could finish his sentence, the girl appeared. The moment he laid eyes on her breathtaking beauty, he was stunned. In fact, he was so taken that he immediately began thinking of baby names. He shook her hand right then and there, still in disbelief that someone as poor as him would get a chance with someone so perfect. Honestly, if you weren't poor, I wouldn't even consider you, the grandfather joked. The fortune teller said the poorer the better. The young man didn't hesitate. My family is the poorest in the whole world, he declared proudly. What he didn't know, though, was that his real parents were actually the wealthiest couple in the entire city. He had been kidnapped as a child and spent 20 years searching for them. And finally, on this very day, they were on their way to be reunited with their long-lost son. Overjoyed, the billionaire parents jumped in their Rolls-Royce and sped toward the reunion site. But fate had other plans. Suddenly, the car broke down. The assistant explained the engine had failed. To make matters worse, a speeding car passed by and splashed them with filthy water. No repair shops nearby. Clothes ruined. The reunion was about to become a disaster. That's when a rickety tricycle selling pancakes came into view. The assistant had a flash of genius. He flagged it down, pulled out a bank card with $5 million on it, and bought the whole cart, pancakes, clothes, and all. He handed the clothes to the billionaire couple and suggested they ride the tricycle to meet their son, just play the part. The couple looked stunned but agreed. Meanwhile, reporters had gathered, eager to see if the poor young man's parents were secretly rich. When the elderly couple showed up pedaling a rusty tricycle, the crowd burst into laughter. Pancake sellers? Seriously? But the young man didn't care. He was just happy to finally meet his parents. His father tried to explain the truth, but the son interrupted him. I hate rich people. Especially the Fong couple from that megacorporation. They make me sick. The father's face froze. That's us, he thought. Not wanting to ruin everything, the parents decided to keep their identity a secret. They called the assistant and told him to keep the staff and security detail far away. But it was too late. A luxury car rolled up. A line of professional bodyguards marched forward and shouted, "Welcome home, young master." The father panicked. Run, he told his son, dragging him away before the truth came out. The assistant and security team were left standing there, confused. To keep up the act, the billionaire parents began selling pancakes on the street. The problem? They were terrible at it. Customers hated the taste. The son started to suspect, had his parents really been selling pancakes for 20 years? Trying to cover up, the father quickly changed the subject. So, any girlfriends over the years? The young man blushed. Honestly, I've been single since birth. The parents were shocked. Mom immediately made a call. Send in the heiresses. Seconds later, 3 luxury cars pulled up. Out stepped 3 of the most gorgeous, high-status women in the country. Each one determined to win his heart and become the future billionaire's bride. They pulled out all the stops: flirting, charm, gifts. But the guy was totally clueless. He thought they were just trying to scam him for free pancakes. He kicked them all out. That same day, the head of the Zhang family happened to pass by. He saw the young man's family once again sharing 1 egg among 3 people and thought, perfect. These people are definitely poor. So he made a bold offer. I want you to marry my granddaughter. The billionaire parents were overjoyed. Their son finally had a bride. But the Zhang patriarch had one condition: he had to visit their home to make sure they were truly poor. The son agreed right away. The parents panicked. The cheapest property they owned was worth tens of millions. In desperation, they told their assistant to build a shabby house in the countryside, something that looked poor. But the assistant misunderstood. Thinking the couple just wanted to experience country life and style, he hired the world's top designers to build a place that looked rundown on the outside, but had a subtle, luxurious flair inside. When the Zhang family had arrived, he was delighted. The outside looked perfectly poor, but as he walked around, his cane hit something odd. He looked closer and discovered the ground was full of premium Hutton white jade. Even more shocking, he found antique paintings and rare artifacts stacked in the firewood pile. The chicken feed? It was deep-sea caviar worth $2 million per gram. The truth was about to explode. How would the billionaire parents explain all this?